Summer is almost over and I have a ton of basil growing out on my balcony, and so we are going to make pesto butter today. Step one is we need to go get a bunch of basil. I've got a giant bowl of basil here. I'm going to wash these leaves and pull them off of the stems so that we don't have any like thick woody stems in there. So I've washed this basil and I'm going to just dry these off as best as I can with paper towels. If I owned a salad spinner, I would be using it now, but I don't. So I'm just gonna dry it with paper towels. I'm gonna set these aside, get our food processor. Now, can you make pesto by hand or without a food processor? Yes, absolutely. It's gonna take a lot longer, and doing it by hand is most likely not gonna come out quite as smooth. So if you have a food processor or even a blender, I highly recommend using it. You can always use a mortar and pestle. I'm going to really quickly toast some pine nuts. I should have done this earlier and I forgot. And if you've never toasted pine nuts, literally just in a pan, no oil or anything, over like medium-high heat, and just keep moving them. They'll eventually start turning a little bit brown. Just make sure you don't burn them. So 2 cups of basil, and I almost burnt the pine nuts. Pine nuts are toasted. We're also gonna throw in 2 cloves of garlic. We're just gonna pulse this really quickly. Just wanted it to get sort of broken down a little bit, and now we're gonna add some Parmesan cheese. So a piece about that big. Inch cube, 1 inch cube. And we can just add that directly in. Now we're gonna add a bit of lemon juice, and then we're gonna add our butter. This is a leftover lemon I had from before, but we're gonna call this half of a lemon. Now we're going to add some softened butter. Wow, this is like extremely soft. Scrape some more in there if possible. Another blend, and then we're gonna taste it. This looks so good. It's delicious. I am gonna add a pinch of salt, a little bit of salt, 1 more blend. Gorgeous. Look at that. Now to store this, I'm just going to do it in one of my little deli containers. I absolutely love these. They're so versatile, but if you don't have them, you could store this butter in a traditional Tupperware. You could also roll it in parchment paper, just twist the edges, make like a stick of butter. You could also just put it back in its original foil if you wanted to do that too. Scoop it all in here. Look at that, beautiful. I am gonna have some on some noodles for lunch. I had a few tiny little basil leaves that didn't make it into the food processor, and isn't that the cutest thing ever? Okay, I just boiled up a little bit of angel hair pasta, mix it in with some of this pesto butter. It smells so good. It's so good. It would be so good on eggs, on toast, pretty much anywhere you like to have savory butter. Pesto butter is the answer.